Hey, what's going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back to the video, and today I'm going to do my Dragon Ball Super episode 43 English dub review. It's been a tough couple of weeks, obviously. Dragon Ball Super schedule has changed, so bear with me with some of these things, and like I said, there's a lot of episodes I missed. Hopefully I can get back to them because, the Universe 6 over with, it's just, really kind of upsetting that some of these episodes didn't get reviewed. But anyways, we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Super episode 43, which is the second filler episode, I guess. Maybe. Well, I don't know if all of it's filler, but I guess. But anyways, so this episode was actually a fun episode. I gotta lie, it was intriguing. It was just a lot of interesting stuff, and we got to learn more about Pan in this We got to learn more about Pan. I don't know if this is going to be used for anything in the future, but we got to learn more about Pan, so I think this episode definitely was very significant, despite it being a filler. So, with that being said, let's get to it. So this episode starts off really with Goku all depressed, and he's just, he can't eat any food, or he's not eating as much as he normally does. Goku eats a lot of food. He's only eating amount of average meals, and so Chi-Chi's worried. You see Goten's, he's starting to look up at his dad, because he's they think something's wrong with them. So they're just concerned because this isn't our superhero Goku over here, being this way. So, they try to figure out what's going on. Eventually, Goku decides to teleport, or uses instant transmission, to go, somewhere else. And ends up going into the wrong place, and that ends up showing up at Bulma's house. Bulma is getting out of the shower, and turns on the lights. Next thing she knows, she sees Goku in her bed. Not good. Obviously, this is not Goku's fault. He's just, his powers are kind of not working, I guess. So Bulma, is just pissed, and, she's just like, what are you doing in my room? She's yelling at him, and, trust me, I'm not here by choice. And then Goku goes a little overboard and says, your boobs are, sleep. Remember, they that happened earlier. So, but just pisses Bulma off even further. Vegeta comes into the room, and he's like, why are you here? And, he says that while Vegeta's there. So that just, Vegeta's just red at this point. One thing I'm really surprised about is that Goku, didn't get beat for this. Vegeta didn't do anything to Goku when this happened. He was pissed. Well, then again, I'm sure he probably thought that he couldn't beat Goku, because in a couple episodes prior to this he did say that Goku surpassed him again. Of course, I'm sure Vegeta doesn't realize that he's his powers are kind of messing with him right now. But I was actually surprised by this, that wasn't there. So then Goku teleports again, uses instant transmission, and he's in Krillin's house because he's trying to get to King Kai's to find out what's wrong with him. I should have mentioned that earlier. He ends up going to Krillin's house. And he's like, he looks at Krillin. He's like, "You're not King Kai." And he's like, "Oh, okay, thank you for noticing." So, yeah, that's how that kind of whole thing worked out. Then he uses instant transmission again, and this time he goes and teleports to this, like, abandoned, like, I don't know, forest or something. And it's Arale. Arale, like, for anyone who doesn't remember Dragon Ball, Arale is in Dragon Ball. And she's a very interesting character. She doesn't really do that much here. But I was very surprised and intrigued that they brought Arale back. Because Arale only appeared in Dragon Ball. She did not appear in Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if it was a character that was forgotten or if it was just a character they didn't include. But she was in Dragon Ball. And I thought this was a really cool treat that they brought someone back from the old thing. Now we just need to see kind of a Launch, maybe, because we know Toriyama forgot about Launch. We didn't really see her in Z, for a long time at least, because she was forgotten to be written in. So Arale, coming back in Dragon Ball, or coming back to Super, was really interesting, even if it was for a brief moment. Goku just kind of looks at Arale, and, that was kind of it, and then he just teleported away. Arale was kind of seemed upset about it, but that was the end of it. Now, with Arale, she didn't really talk that much, so I really couldn't tell who that was that was voicing her. For anyone who doesn't know, Arale's English voice actor in Dragon Ball was Linda Young. Yes, Linda, the same Linda who did Frieza. Yes, Linda Young was Arale. But I should say the original Funimation Frieza. My opinion, the better Frieza voice actor, but Greg's still good too, but I prefer Linda as Frieza. Anyways, so what was I gonna say? Linda did Arale in Dragon Ball. However, she did not ever do Arale in Dragon Ball video game, or Dragon Ball Z video games, I should say. It was always I believe her name was Brianna. It's gonna be different when she's included in the video games if she's because Arale in Dragon Ball the anime, it was always Linda, and then it was Brianna, I believe that's how her name is. That was the voice doing it now for Arale. But that's just something to keep an eye on if Arale does make any other appearances in the future. It has a more prominent role than this. But that's getting a little off topic here about Arale. I just wanted to bring it up because Arale is a returning character from Dragon Ball, so I just wanted to bring it up for the future. So, on him, he reads some Japanese book. We don't exactly know what the words are because they didn't translate them in English, or they didn't put text bubbles on the screen, so we could at least know exactly what King Kai is reading, which kind of annoyed me. So, yeah, King Kai's talking, about what could have done it. He, explains, with his fight with with the, Kaioken. Because of that, and because of this, Goku's powers are fluctuating. Wait to be mad at you, I'm still dead. Finds himself accidentally unhappy about this. And he's like, what are we supposed to destroy? To Videl and Gohan's house. And so we don't exactly know where they sleep for the night. when they didn't have at a professor's place or restaurant, I guess, and help out, and go cut the interview short to, what Gohan just did, because 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get the job if you do that. Dragon Ball Super, so you can get away with that. Goku and Chi-Chi are over, so he's like, well, since you're over, I'm going to... As he's about to leave, he just starts barking off orders to Chi-Chi and Goku about how to parent Pan. He was not one of the kind of parent types. Even with Gohan, he wasn't. I don't know why people think Piccolo was a parent to Gohan. He wasn't. He was more of a trainer to him. I never seen Piccolo as a dad to Gohan. I really never did. I seen him more as... I was never Rock Lee's father, but, he was a really good trainer more as. I never really trying to take care of Pan as, like, people couldn't, like, take the heat from Piccolo from this. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was like a role reversal at this point. It was really... I'm not gonna lie. It was weird. So, yeah, and, all the 2 other goons, and they're plotting their own little... They're gonna take out Goku, and they're gonna have world domination. Do these people not realize by now that Goku is not the only strongest person out there? Like, they literally seen these villains of stand this by now? Like they've seen it first. like Gohan right now could take him. So anyways, doing this little scheming, Goku were talking, and Pan was he was doing the little whatever. They were doing a flying thing basically. And Piccolo to Pan was saying dad, and he's like, no, grandpa. While the Emperor Pilaf and all those other people are like doing that, and he's like, you do it. And Emperor Pilaf's like, no, I'm a villain, not a monster. And when he said this, I was thinking to myself, like, wait, what is he talking about? A villain would do anything anyways. Piccolo and Goku are just, like, looking, like, everywhere. Ultimately, what goes to the climax is that, Pan busts out of... And it was so bossly. It just... the ship combusts, and they're still concerned because we're not on land yet. But, so Videl and Gohan come back, offer, and, that's the wrap of the episode, Chippy 2. But she also says grandfather at the end of the, I guess, a lot of things to note. A cameo from Arale. Maybe we'll see more of Arale. Maybe we'll see more of that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type, thing with this, she's had this. For anyone who doesn't know that. English voice actor, obviously. This is a really good episode overall for filler. I thought it was a fun episode. Not gonna lie, there were some funny moments in there. Wasn't really about action, but I mean, it was it was just supposed to be a little something for Goku too there. And I'm assuming they're gonna continue that plot into the next filler episode. But we'll see. But overall, it was DVD will be on the Funimation website for pre-order, shop, or whatever, as well as Right Stuff to me 2 days later. So after it was released, so. For Volume 1, so that's where I would go. Amazon's shipping rates are ridiculous unless you have, like, over a certain amount of money things. So Vegeta, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta is on the cover. I don't know why. It should be Champa. But I guess from my understanding, it's because, you know, it could be the artwork from months ago and they don't want to reveal spoilers. So I guess that kind of makes sense. But to me, it's of Universe 3, and that's why I don't think he should be on this cover. Comment, rate if you like this video or my other videos. Please subscribe. Let me know what you guys think's happening next. What do you think of the return of Arale? You think as like the super characters are, you know, right now, but to see them in like episodes like these are kind of cool, you know, kind of just, you know, just some of the opposite. So it's good to see some of these. She is not just a Dragon Ball character. She was a part of the original mangas, as we all know. But it was something like that. So that's what she's a part of. But because Akira Toriyama is the creator of that manga as well as Dragon Ball, because of that, you know, he could cross them over, and that's what he kind of did. Like someone like, you know, kind of more, you know, not really, you know, big like that, you know, in terms of, you know, introducing some of these new characters that we never seen in the Dragon Ball franchise crossing over from. Guys, I am the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace.